Okay, y'all, this is part 3. We're going to jump right into putting this dressing together. Okay, so now we're getting set up for the next part, which is where we crush up our cornbread and start to actually put it together to turn it into dressing. And we have this cream of chicken. This is cream of chicken that I made myself, homemade, last night. Y'all, it was supposed to take 15 minutes. It took like 2 hours. But in the end, now I know how to make cream of chicken myself. So maybe after Thanksgiving, I'll sit down and just make me some more in smaller jugs so that I can put them in my freezer and have them when I want to. Okay, so this is our vegetables. They all cooked down. And my sister is over here. She's about to start the crumbling up of the cornbread. Now we're getting to the part to where we're actually making the dressing, y'all. Now listen, if you were to cut your vegetables, put those away, you can pre-make your cornbread. You can freeze that up. This will all cut down on your time of making dressing, just as we're about to make this dressing and put some away in the freezer. So the next time or throughout the year, all we'll be doing is pulling this out the freezer and going into the oven with it and cooking it, and we'll have dressing whenever we want to. And my sister is crumbling up the cornbread. And there is no measurement or how much she gonna crumble up. She just gonna grab some and crumble it up. And once I get done videoing her, I'm gonna do another pan on the other side so that we have all of this mixed together pretty much at the same time. So now we're about to add in the pepperidge herb seasoned stuffing mix. And we're just mixing this in with the cornbread. At this point, all we do is keep adding the ingredients that we made from the first 2 videos to this dressing mix, and you just keep mixing it real good. You add your seasonings into it. The seasonings are those of your choice. We use poultry season, turkey seasoning, and some pepper. We do not add any more salt to this dressing. Nothing gets salt in it. Our cream of chicken, our stuffing mix package, the turkey that was cooked, everything else already has salt, so we're not adding any more salt because everything else had all of the salt in it that it needs. And from here, you just keep adding the ingredients and you just keep mixing it. Now everything is dry at this point, so she's just trying to get a good mix of everything, get everything blended up real good. And soon, now here comes the wetness. We add chicken broth so that it can move around to this to make it wet. And again, the wetness of it is all to your standard. It's what you like. You have to figure out the way that you like your dressing in order to know what to put in it. And the cream of chicken, and don't forget that it's homemade cream of chicken that I made. So we're going to add that to it. And that's going to thicken it up. So as it starts to thicken up, you just keep adding the moisture to it with your chicken broth or whatever stock that you like in it. And then we use a little chicken broth to get the rest of that cream of chicken out of the jar. We don't add any water. We're either going to use more cream of chicken, or if we had cream of mushroom, but we use the stock that's there to keep mixing in. One of the things that I like about dressing is the fact that you get to make it the way that you want to, and this is the way that we like it. Another thing is that we won't be adding any eggs to this dressing. The eggs were already in the cornbread, so there won't be any more eggs going into this. And as you can see, she's just going to keep mixing that together. So everything for this dressing has been cooked. Remember, we cooked the turkey, we cooked the cornbread, we sauteed the vegetables. The only thing that's getting added at this point is the pepperidge seasoning mix and the cream of chicken and the chicken broth. So everything has been cooked already, which means that when we get done with this, we are then going to transfer it into the pans that we're going to take home. And then we put those pans in the freezer and we eat this dressing until we run out of it. So we actually take it right from the freezer, go straight to the oven with it, but it will keep because everything in it is already cooked. And it's just a matter of you having some prepared dressing. If you don't like celery, if you like to add some other things to it, go right ahead. Now, when we're ready to actually prepare this, we will take it out of the freezer. We'll put it in the oven at 400 degrees, uncovered, and we'll bake it until the sides turn brown and the top turns a light brown. You should be able to put a fork in the middle and pull it out, and it should be kind of clean. But that consistency is actually up to taste. I don't like mine's mushy, but I also don't like it dry. So there's kind of an eyeball thing where you have to get it just right, and that's up to your own personal taste buds. So now that we're all done, my sister is going back into those pans, and now she's making her take-home dressing pans. She's going to use those 3 smaller ones and then the 1 medium size over there closest to the curtains. And this allows her to pull out dressing for dinner multiple times or until she's done with those 4 pans of dressing. This is all of the dressing that was in all those big pans. Now it is all divided up. So all we have to do is put tops on all of this. And now there is enough for me to give some to my father, my daughter, my son away in college. My sister has some. My mama has some. The ones that have the toothpicks sticking up out of them are the dressings that don't have meat in them. Those are the ones that we're going to turn to seafood dressing when we get ready to actually cook it. And I still have a side of cornbread. And if you're not busy, tune in on Friday because I'll be making a big announcement regarding the campground. The most important part of this was spending time with those 3 headless people in the video. My mother, my auntie, and my sister. I love you guys. It was so much fun. To everybody else, stay safe, have a happy holiday, and thanks for watching Fran at Officially Fran.